So I did say dice, which is plural, so we'll be making 2. However, you'll mainly be following the build process of 1, as they're effectively going to be the same. I'm using 2mm 316L stainless steel for anybody that's interested. Let's get this cut up. So now we've got each square marked up, I need to punch the holes so that when we drill them out, the drill bit stays centered. So now the drilling's done, I've also countersunk the edges a little bit just to kind of make it look a little bit smoother, a little bit flusher. Now all the circles are the same size, show you just like that. My plan is to have some mesh welded in the back of each plate. Now the reason for that is, so when you see through the holes, you see this cool mesh. Before we weld these pieces, I will need to clean them up with some sandpaper just to get rid of any scale that's left behind and also any grease or anything that's on there from when we drilled them. Okay, so now that we've got the mesh cut out, I've also given it a tap with a hammer just so it's nice and flat. We can now think about how we're going to weld it. So I've got this contraption here. Basically what this is going to do is it's going to act like a heat sink. The idea is, because the copper is really conductive, it will absorb any excess heat away from the mesh and stop it from burning away. This will allow me to put enough heat in there in order to fuse it to the stainless steel sheet. So now that we've got the mesh tacked onto the back of each plate, it's time to tack the plates together. I've formed a little jig that will basically hold the plates at 90 degrees, and it looks like this. It's just some copper with some clamps and a little bit of angle iron. And what this will do, it'll hold the plates at 90 degrees so that I can then tack them together. I'm going to tack each plate together first to prevent any warpage or any pulling from the welds. So I've completed all the welding on the dice and I've also knocked off the edges with a grinder. It's now time to file them back, get them super smooth and level, and then bust out some sandpaper and get everything nice and flat so I can then start polishing it up. Sanding on the die is going pretty well. It is taking absolutely ages, however we are now up to P1000. Now, I do think we're going to go up to about P2500, maybe P2000 on this. However, I have actually just run out of sandpaper. So I've ordered some more. Whilst we're waiting for that to arrive, I'm going to start to fabricate the second dice. I've already cut out the sides, so all I need to do is start drilling the holes. Now, rather than the holes on the second one be all the same like this one, I'm going to make them incrementally bigger from 6 to 1. So if 6 is 12mm, I'm going to make 5 13, 4 14, and so on until number 1. So face 6 will have a bunch of small holes, and face 1 will have one big hole. Now, after many hours of sanding, the dice are finally finished, and I've got to say, I've really enjoyed doing them, and I think they look pretty sick. The screen behind the digits finishes them off awesomely, having that mesh there, and also, I can't decide which one I like more, because we've made two. We've got one where all the digits are the same size, and the other one where they get smaller from 1 to 6. You're going to have to tell me which one you like in the comments section. If you've enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, it really helps me out, and I'll catch you on the next one.